Hi guys, it's Jason here from Headfirst. Today we're looking at this, the 1978 100 watt, obviously a JMP. This is a super bass, okay, and this is one of the ones that came from the factory with a plate-fed Baxendale tone stack. And I have worked on two of these before, and I mistakenly thought that they'd been modded. And I remember the last time I did it, the video I posted maybe a month or so ago, I was like, gee, this looks factory. Well, it's because they were. There was a relatively short period of time that Marshall, with the bass spec for the 50 watt JMPs and the super bass for the 100 watts, actually used this plate fed tone stack. And it was Dan Gower who reached out to me and let me know that, yeah, like Marshall actually had these as factory spec circuits. He said that he's probably worked on about 20 of them in his time modding amps, and so this is a third that I've had in here. So today I get the chance, I guess, to redeem myself and talk about this as a factory spec amp rather than a mod. So my job today is to convert this into the more, let's call it standard or traditional 1992 model super bass circuit. This amp's actually owned by a guy called Sean. Now Sean plays the Malcolm Young role in a local AC/DC tribute band. And the task that Sean has set me is to, make this amp, I guess, the foundation for his Malcolm Young sound. And certainly Malcolm is one of my favourite guitarists ever and has laid down some of the best recorded Marshall tones that we have ever heard. So I'm really looking forward to working on this thing and seeing if I can create a platform that will do the Malcolm Young sound justice. Let's take this to the bench and see what's going on. Well, Sean wasn't wrong. Having a look at this, guys, this is definitely that plate-fed Baxendale tone stack that he said it would be. It's exactly the same as the last one of these that I worked on. I've noticed that there's some minor changes. Someone's put a bypass cap here over the top of this 1.5k cathode resistor, but just to kind of orientate yourself on what's going on here, we've got the usual parallel stages here on V1, and then on V2 only one triode's been used. So this, you can see the pins here are not connected at all. So we've got this blue wire here is the B plus supply, and it's actually been tapped into the plate on V2B, but bizarrely they leave the grid and the cathode floating, which is a bit weird. Anyway, this is our 100k plate resistor, which is feeding V2A, and that's what's driving the tone stack, which kind of starts here with this little ceramic cap here, but most of the tone stack arrangement is actually directly on the pots here. The only other things that's been changed in this, just through maintenance, I think, is a new presence cap been replaced here. That's obviously not factory. Bias dropping resistor here has been swapped out. The original bias cap, so I will, because to do this work I'm going to kind of bring the board out, or flip it anyway, so I will change the bias caps while I've got it there, and I'll use these nice new Sprague taps. Apart from that, the amp's pretty clean. I know it's been serviced quite recently by BJ Amplifiers up in Brisbane, and he's done some nice work here, keeping this thing on the road, so to speak. So I'm going to lift this board and start making the changes to bring this back to a standard 1992 super bass.